The nameless girl of Portbou. She had no name, no home, and for 32 years, no voice. The body was found just beyond the train station. At the edge of Portbou, a sleepy town curled up against the cliffs of Spain. She hung beneath a pine tree, the sea sighing just below. It was October 1990. No one saw her arrive, no one saw her die. The police labeled it suicide. And yet, from the beginning, nothing made sense. She had no identification, no passport, no suitcase. Her shoes were clean, too clean for someone who had supposedly wandered through forest and dust. Her body was cold, but not stiff. Her backpack, gone. All her belongings, vanished, like she'd never existed at all. She became known only as the unknown girl of Portbou. Her sketch was circulated through Interpol. No one recognized her. For decades, her face stared out from old newspaper clippings like a silent cry for help. A question no one could answer. And for 32 years, her grave bore no name, just a cross, just silence. Then, in 2022, thousands of miles away in Austria, a woman turned on her TV. She watched a documentary, saw the sketch, and stopped breathing. It was her niece, Evi Rauter, 19, missing since she traveled through Florence in 1990. Suddenly, the unknown girl had a name, but the mystery had only deepened. How did she end up in Portbou? Why was her body handled so strangely by authorities? Why was there never a proper investigation? Even now, her family has no answers. Only a grave that's no longer empty. Only a story that still whispers in the wind above the cliffs, where the sea never sleeps. 2. The real Annabelle doll. Behind the stitched smile, something ancient waits. You wouldn't look twice at her. She's soft, handmade, a Raggedy Ann doll with button eyes and a stitched red smile. But what lived inside her was anything but gentle. In 1970, a nursing student named Donna received the doll as a birthday gift from her mother. She placed it in her apartment. She thought nothing of it. At first, it moved ever so slightly. Just its arms, its legs. Then it started showing up in different rooms. Doors that were closed were now open. The doll began to leave notes on parchment paper, with writing no one recognized. Notes that said, "Help me." Her roommates swore she saw the doll blink. They brought in a medium. The spirit, it claimed, was that of a little girl named Annabelle Higgins, killed nearby, now seeking love and a home. But they were being deceived. Ed and Lorraine Warren, the famed demonologists, were called in. Their warning was immediate and firm. This was not a child. This was an inhuman spirit, a demon, masquerading. The doll had become a vessel, and it was growing stronger. When Lou, a friend of the girls, mocked it, he woke up that night unable to breathe. Claw marks tore across his chest, invisible hands holding him down. The Warrens performed a blessing and sealed the doll in a glass case. It remains there to this day, unmoving, yet vibrating with energy. Visitors are warned not to touch, not to taunt, because one man laughed at Annabelle and died hours later in a motorcycle crash. Coincidence? Maybe, but sometimes the smile hides fangs. 3. Elisa Lam and the elevator that lied. She was only 21, a bright, curious student from Vancouver. Elisa Lam wanted to see the world. She packed her dreams and her journal and set out on a solo journey through California. On January 26, 2013, she checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. It would be the last time anyone saw her alive. 19 days later, her body would be found in the hotel's rooftop water tank, naked, lifeless, and surrounded by questions that still feel unanswered. It began with the silence. Elisa stopped calling home. Her parents grew worried. She was reported missing. The LAPD searched the hotel, but found nothing. Then, police released a video, a single clip, less than 4 minutes long. That would launch 1,000 theories. Elisa steps into an elevator. She presses multiple buttons. The door doesn't close. She peeks out, then hides in the corner. Her hands move like she's speaking to something unseen. Then she vanishes. The elevator never moves. Its door just stays open, like it's waiting or stalling. That video spread across the internet like wildfire. Millions of people were captivated and disturbed. Weeks passed, and then hotel guests complained. The water was dark, the taste off. A maintenance worker climbed to the roof, opened one of the water tanks, and saw her, face up, floating in the cold, black water. She was naked. Her clothes were found nearby in the tank. The lid was shut. The autopsy took time, but eventually the official word came in. Accidental drowning. No signs of sexual assault, no signs of physical trauma, no drugs, no alcohol. Only one factor was listed on the report: bipolar disorder. The conclusion was simple, the implication tragic. Elisa had suffered a mental health episode, climbed into the tank herself, and drowned. But not everyone accepted that. How did she open the rooftop door without triggering alarms? How did she get to the tanks, which were difficult to reach? How did she close the heavy lid from inside? The hotel staff changed their stories. First, they said the hatch was closed. Later, some said it was open. There were no fingerprints, no camera footage of her going to the roof, nothing to prove she climbed in alone, and no clear answer about why. Some internet sleuths claimed murder, that someone followed her, hid from view in the video. Others pointed to a man named Morbid, a musician staying at the hotel, who was later cleared of all involvement but suffered years of online abuse. There were theories about the hotel's dark past, about ghosts, about cursed energy. But the truth? No one was ever charged. No one was officially blamed. And whether she died alone or not, only Elisa knew what really happened on that roof. The Cecil Hotel has a long history of pain. Suicides, serial killers, whispers in the night. And though it's been rebranded today, though the rooms are different, and the name has changed, that elevator still exists, that tank still stands, and the memory of Elisa Lam still lingers in the water. Rest in peace, Elisa. 4. The Vanishing of Lars Mittank, Europe's strangest airport disappearance. Lars Mittank was a 28-year-old German man on vacation with friends in Bulgaria in 2014. They were staying near the Golden Sands Resort by the Black Sea. One night, Lars got into a minor altercation with some local men, possibly over football team rivalries, and he injured his ear. A doctor told him he had a ruptured eardrum and shouldn't fly until it healed. While his friends went home, Lars stayed behind to recover. He checked into a cheap hotel near the airport, alone. That's when things got strange. Lars started behaving erratically. He called his mother in a panic, whispering that people were after him and that he didn't feel safe. He even sent a text asking her to cancel his credit cards. On July 8, 2014, Lars went to Varna Airport to catch a flight home. He was seen visiting the airport doctor, who said Lars suddenly became paranoid and agitated when an unknown man entered the room, possibly a construction worker. Without warning, Lars sprinted out of the terminal, leaving behind all his belongings, including his passport and luggage. Despite massive search efforts, Lars has never been found. No trace of him has turned up. Not his body, not his clothes, not his phone. To this day, no one knows what truly scared him. Was it a psychotic break, a reaction to medication, or something more sinister? What do you think really happened? These images, this footage, it stays with you, doesn't it? There's something unsettling that lingers in the silence. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your gut feelings, your theories. Drop them in the comments. Let's unravel the mystery together, piece by chilling piece. Your insight might just be the one that sees what others have missed. All right, a deep breath. Let's dive back into it. The mystery's far from over. 5. The vanishing of Iwona Wieczorek. She was just 19. It was supposed to be an ordinary summer night, but it ended in a vanishing act that still haunts Poland to this day. She wasn't looking over her shoulder. She was just walking. It was just after 4 a.m. on a warm July morning in 2010. 19-year-old Iwona Wieczorek had been out with friends. There was a small argument. Nothing serious. She chose to walk home alone. It should have been a quiet, uneventful walk. She took the path she knew, past the beach, under the trees, along the familiar sidewalk. The night was still. She didn't know she was being watched. A surveillance camera picked her up near entrance 63 to the beach. Her stride was calm. She didn't look lost. She didn't look afraid. But someone was behind her. Just minutes later, another figure appears on camera. A man. He walks the same path, same direction. He carries a towel. To this day, no one knows who he is. He's never come forward. He never approached her, at least not on camera. But he was there. And after that, Iwona disappears. No more footage, no calls, no body, nothing. Search teams scoured the woods and coastline. Volunteers, helicopters, even psychics tried to find her. But Iwona was gone. Her mother still leaves a light on every night. She says, "I know she's out there somewhere." Some believe she was abducted. Others think it was someone she knew. But no theory ever brought her home. It's been over a decade. The town has changed. The beach entrance is still there. And so are the cameras, still watching, still waiting. And the man with the towel, he never vanished because he was never found. Some disappear without a trace. Others leave behind things that should have never been found. But what do you think? Can someone truly vanish without a single clue? Do spirits attach themselves to objects or something deeper? Why do some cases go cold, even with evidence in plain sight? Is there ever really a logical explanation? Or just convenient ones? Your theories are the heartbeat of this channel. So comment below, subscribe if these cases speak to you, and give this video a like if it left your mind wondering.